Fred, got your pop filter sorted?
Sorry, never rock the mic with the pantyhose, James. It's in honor
Is that what they're talking
it's in
about?
honour of MCA.
You just have to save the zingers for the pop.
Yeah. Oh, Fred, you blew your load too soon.
This is the 4th of June 2012, WA Day.
Whoa!
Are we gonna
This
talk
is
about
Fangin around. I'm James.
I'm Fred. WA.
Campbell.
Harry. The WA Day controversy.
Does my microphone work? Yeah, it does.
What's the controversy? Now, for listeners who
International.
might think we're from Washington, DC, another WA state, we're not.
Washington, D.C. It's Washington State.
Yeah, but we might be in Washington, DC, which is in Washington State.
Hello.
Anyway, we're not in Washington. We're in Australia, in the other WA, in Western Australia. So for our international listeners, g'day from WA.
G'day from WA, mate.
Yeah. Today is the first WA Day.
It's the first ever WA Day.
Well, as you
Oh,
know,
what day?
listeners of Jimmish Fam, I've been pushing for Foundation Day to become WA Day for the last 10 years. It's been a hard campaign. I've been blogging about it non-stop. And I finally got it pushed through.
Is this anything
And
to
they've
do with
changed
the
it.
family connection in Parliament at the moment, James?
Do you have a member of family in Parliament?
No, but I have the next best thing.
See the hand.
He's the equivalent of the hand of the king for the Premier.
Has he got to watch his back? Like
Now people are going to
Who's
attack me
Joffrey?
online.
Barnett.
Barnett is Joffrey, yeah.
He's the son of the imp now, right?
What?
Go by Game of Thrones logic.
Have you been watching it today?
Oh, fuck you!
No, it's not.
I haven't watched the finale yet.
not.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
watched any of season 2, so stop.
What?
Nothing to do with the storyline.
Fred's just making up wild Game
No,
of
I'm
Thrones
just-
rumors.
Just saying.
Whoa, well, that's just a big saying.
No, because if his uncle's the hand of the king, that would make him the son.
Oh,
That would make you Joffrey. No, to make you one of the other ones. Anyway.
nah, he'd be the one that got married off and sent away on the boat.
The lady. His blonde Lannister hair.
Your Lannister locks, it gives you away. The lion.
So yeah, they changed the name. Apparently because it was offensive. That's what someone told me.
Oh, what? They changed the name of
WA Foundation Day.
Foundation Day to Way Day. What
What
a mate.
So why is Foundation Day offensive?
Oh, it's Invasion Day. I don't know.
But it's still Invasion Day, isn't it?
No, it's
But the foundation, is that the foundation of the state? Is that the day we all turned up?
Captain
Who's
Sterling.
we? Hold on.
Captain Sterling.
As in the whiteys?
That bird
He
chopped
cut
down the tree.
He cut down a tree. Or was
Oh,
it some
right.
chick?
Yeah,
A
it's
chick
like
cut down a tree.
Some woman cut down a tree.
it's like the governor's like wife, isn't it?
Oh.
She like gave it a chop and then
Someone
bloke
actually
chopped
cut it
it
down.
Yeah, like so-and-so laid a brick, and so that whole building's named
Yeah,
after them now
yeah.
because they put one bloody brick down.
Like, yeah, Colin shovels a shovel
Oh,
and then
fucking Colin Barnett.
lets someone else.
Can we
do it.
talk about Colin Barnett's great prick tour of, what is it, Elizabeth Key now?
Oh,
Elizabeth
fucking
Key.
Elizabeth.
Suitable topic for
He's
WA.
lost so many votes because of that. Because nobody else cares about anything. But
And the fact that Lisa Scafidi found out on Twitter about the name, the mayor of Perth.
Mm-hmm. This is just like the biggest political cock-up that Perth's ever seen. Which goes to show what a small nothing we are. But
What do you guys
for
think of the
listeners
name?
back home,
It's bloody
for
terrible.
listeners
Oh, right.
at home who don't know what we're talking about, Perth
Famously has a front lawn.
has a front lawn. It's one of the largest grassed areas in any city in the world.
Yeah, you can actually land a plane
Yeah.
on it, and they do the
It used
Red
to be
Bull
a-
air
yeah.
races.
It's huge.
It's actually, it's officially an airstrip.
and it's pretty
They have
awesome.
an air traffic control tower. So.
do they?
Yeah, but I only use it once
Is that
a
what
year.
that pyramid is?
No,
that glass pyramid. That thing's awesome,
that's
isn't
the
it?
Esplanade. There's two. There's three parts. There's the Esplanade, the Supreme Court Gardens, and then there's the Langley Park, which is the airstrip.
Oh, okay.
But it's one big front lawn, basically.
If you look at planned, there's these amazing drawings of the Perth of the future, of city projections and planning that they did 100 years ago of what we're going to look like,
just
and
do that.
that was an airstrip, like that was an airport.
Yeah.
And there's all biplanes and zeppelins and all sorts of crazy rockets like shooting off us.
And the reason we got the Red Bull Air Race over Sydney and Melbourne is because you could land planes right in front of the city.
Oh, in
Yeah,
the
but
heart
isn't
of
that
the
whole
city.
thing like defunct now?
Yeah, but it might come back. You never know.
Yeah, and it's paying off.
But it's
Big time
anyway.
for Perth City.
So there's a big conflict because some people think that Perth's got to be more exciting, so we've got to bring the river to the city and be more like Sydney. Then there's other people who are like, the thing I like about Perth is that you can ride around the river and not go through city traffic, and there's like a bit of a buffer between the river and the city.
Yeah, but you can solve that with a nice bike path with just
Bridge.
Right. Well,
So-
have you looked at the plans
So
and the
right
bridge
now,
they're using?
There's all
There's
sorts
not
of
a nice
of
bridge.
crazy plans that they're wanting to build massive skyscrapers and shit right on the
Yeah.
foreshore.
Are they going to make a
They
big
wanna-
swan-shaped
They want
island or
to
something?
dig up the grass
not gonna do that
area
anymore.
and fill it with water. And then put skyscrapers.
But that was
Oh,
big
that's
buildings
right.
around it.
Yeah, they're going to do like a canal or something.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Isn't that
Collins
originally
Canal.
water, though?
Yeah, it was originally.
Yeah, it
water.
originally
They
was.
filled it in.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you look at a planning, yes, that's reclaimed. So the river did used to go up to the city, and then they reclaimed it, and now
and they use that space for.
Declaim it.
I don't know.
And there's arguments saying that we've already got Langley Park. It's an airstrip. We can get rid of some of the grass, right?
There is a lot of grass.
yeah.
It's,
I think it's a bit of a waste of space down there.
It
No,
is a
but
bit of
you
a
can.
waste of
But
space,
they use it for so much stuff. Like I've been to heaps of performances down there.
Yeah,
and
didn't you go see the
Circuses there?
Chemical Brothers there?
We saw
Yeah.
Daft Punk
Daft
there.
Punk.
Yeah.
That's just, you can put them anywhere.
Yeah,
right, but you're under the
but-
shadow of the city lights coming down on you.
It was
isn't it?
fucking impressive.
Yeah, and
So,
you're
like,
peeling.
Did you guys? Where was the Festival of Perthing? Was that in the Supreme
It was
Court Gardens,
impressive,
or-
right?
Beck's music
Harry
box
was
is
loving
there?
it. Let's just say that.
So, it's pretty cool. But getting onto it, okay, so they're going to do some redevelopment. It's not clear exactly what scale it's going to
Well,
be. Knowing Perth,
yeah.
they're going to scale it down by 40%, and it'll be the
Make
biggest
it
cock.
4 times uglier.
But they've
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
And 10 times over budget.
And now, so was it a few years ago now? Our queen,
Yeah.
queen, was over in Perth for the barbecue.
Yeah.
She came to a barbecue we invited
Yeah.
her to.
Cool.
Coming to your barbecues,
Yep.
mate. Yeah.
Was that for Choggum?
Think it
Yeah,
was.
it was-
Choggum.
It was Choggum.
Going back to one of our early episodes.
Yeah,
of
it
Fangin'
was
Around,
last year,
the
I
Choggum
believe.
Yeah, so
special.
it was last year. And apparently Colin Barnett said, hey, Queenie, we're doing this redevelopment. How's about we name it after you?
Because you came here for a barbecue,
Yeah,
right?
because you're here for the Barbie. What do you reckon about us giving it, your name? And she was like, oh, well, that would be fine. And he was like, sweet, mate. And he never told anyone. And then he dropped the bomb on Twitter or something
Yeah.
and was like, yeah, I promised the Queen we'd name it after her. Sorry, guys. That's
Someone
what it's going to
should
be.
just write a letter to the Queen and ask if she minds if we change it
She wouldn't.
on behalf
It's
of the people.
a Jubilee week,
Diamond
Fred.
Jubilee, yeah.
Diamond
that'd put a
Jubilee.
hamper on her. She'll
Yeah.
think there's riots in the colonies. She'll send the British Army down.
But the question is, do we have enough stuff?
skulls.
Do we have enough stuff in Perth named after Perth people? Like we have the Graham Farm Freeway.
Freeway.
Oh, which is pretty sweet.
Ben Cousins.
We have the is the Charles Gardner
The Cuzzy
Hospital?
River, he swam it.
Oh yeah, that was the Canning River, wasn't it?
Oh, no.
Isn't it the Cuzzy Pass or something like that? It's not the whole river.
Yeah,
It's just that little gap.
I don't know. I definitely need to name
about
something
John-
after cousins in the future.
The John Worsfold key.
John Worsfold. No, but that will divide. That's the thing. Some people are complaining, calling it the West Coast Key or something like that would offend Fremantle users, but they've got the whole city. They've got Fremantle Harbour. That's
Yep.
like saying they should rename it Fremantle Harbour because we'll get West Coast defenders, supporters will get offended by that. It's kind of crazy.
So,
But I actually think that, having settled that, I don't like the process chosen. I don't think Elizabeth Key actually, rolls off the tongue. Nice.
oh, look,
Yeah.
She's got a nice name. So she was
Well,
quite
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, but how much shit is there named after her? Like,
well, there's so much shit. And,
No, there isn't.
there's Elizabeth
ocean liner.
Street.
There's Elizabeth Street.
There's
never
heaps
seen.
of them, yeah.
yeah,
In
but
every
there's
city.
like
Heaps.
King's like place.
Kings Park.
Might be a
Kings
different
Park.
king.
Like,
It's a king anyway.
there's all sorts of king and like
Yeah.
King,
Queen.
Princess
up?
People
Margaret
still talk
Hospital.
about QE2. What's that? Is that a place in Perth?
It's a hospital.
Hospital?
That's the big build.
Is that named
Ship,
after
isn't
Queen
it?
It's the
Elizabeth?
QE2 medical centre, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a ship.
Yeah, it's also a ship.
Oh,
But that's not us. That's
getting so confused.
Hmm.
Which is why we need to name it something
Oh, there's QV1.
a little bit more,
That's Queen Victoria, I think.
Yeah.
going back a little bit further, I think.
Queen
And we've got the
Elizabeth.
new
Elizabeth
hospital's going to be
Keevan
called
named
the
after-
Fiona Stanley Hospital.
Yeah, see,
Someone
that's
alive.
great. Like,
They should
name
name
after
after
someone
We've
alive.
got
Someone
Edith,
important.
Edith
WA.
Cowan University and John Curtin
The Barry
University.
Yeah.
Marshall
Fantastic.
thing. He won the Nobel Prize.
Well, look,
Maybe we should name a telescope after him.
Square kilometre, no.
Is he involved in...
No, he's medicine. Square
you said that with such disdain. Nah, he's medicine.
medicine. Yeah. Doctor.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty big consensus among Perthites that
Everyone hates it.
everyone hates the name and thinks we should go something a little bit more respectful of the First Peoples.
Hmm.
From the
Well, they
From what I've been
actually
hearing.
own the land, technically. The government's trying
Really?
to buy that for $1 billion. Yeah, the Noongas have native title over all of Perth CBD.
I did not know that.
Richest native title claim in history. But it's, they're trying to, Colin Burnett's trying to buy that back for $1 billion or something like that.
Barnett's such a cock job. I'm not into him. He's totally lost me on this.
The problem with name, we talked about this at, where were we? Somewhere with you guys. Talked about this. The problem with naming after an Aboriginal is that you can't say it after that person dies.
Oh, you know.
So if you name it after someone living person, then you have to change the name when they die because you can't
Name it
say
after
again.
some kid then.
Well, they're going to die eventually.
Yeah, but could be 80 years.
Yeah, but then you have to change it.
Good innings, yeah. Well, Barnett's fucking changing it.
Yeah. And his complaint is like he's going to have a vote for the stadium name,
Oh,
but I bet you they're going to sell the sponsorship rights to that straight away. So it's going to be
It'll
like
be the Pepsi Max Stadium.
Pepsi
and they'll
Max
be
Stadium.
absolutely
that'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah.
I reckon they should sell the rights to the key.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sponsorship
why not?
rights.
Pepsi Max key.
Highest bidder
The
gets it.
BHP. I mean, have you seen how
BHP.
big the
The Gina Reinhardt
BHP
key.
building is?
Yeah.
And it's going to have the most massive. It's going to have a huge BHP sign on it. Like
No.
it's going to be
Hooray.
this little key, and there's going to be like this huge tower over it.
It's already got the signs.
And they made the lights
Oh, is it?
blinking, so it just looks like this little.
Oh,
thing.
it's horrible.
Oh.
Those fucking lights. They're the brightest lights in the whole city. Why?
Why'd they have to blink? None of the other towers.
Yeah, none of
blink.
the other ones blink.
I've also heard that Perth can't have towers taller than those. That's why there's towers stop building them at that height because of flight regulations. I'm like, can't the planes fly around the towers?
I think it's because
Isn't it 'cause
what
of-
I heard, because there's no bedrock, or it's so far down. It's
Oh, I
just
heard
sand,
that as
right?
well,
Sand all the way
right,
down.
okay.
So it's like
Ah.
eventually
surely
the tower.
we've got engineering
But they're gonna
skills
have-
these
they're
Yeah,
gonna
but I
have-
think it's just like exponentially more.
The Narrows
expensive to do it
Bridge,
over
that's
the
what I
heights
heard,
and
is the
stuff.
first floating bridge because it,
Narrows Bridge was a huge engineering thing.
yeah, because it just floats on a piece of
But
mud.
I would have thought they'd encounter enormous problems trying to build on the foreshore where they're planning on building because that's reclaimed wetland, basically.
Yeah.
All the
Like,
water's
you-
gone.
Nah,
There's
but the
enough-
whole of Perth is reclaimed wetland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, they get enough problems out like an Ellenbrook and shit where they're reclaiming and just building
Acid sulfate.
one-story, houses, and they start cracking and falling apart. And
But I think this is not. It's not like water is flowing from outside in. It's just the river goes up to it. So if you block the river off securely, it's okay. Whereas presumably in Ellenbrook, it's like in a big bowl. So every time it rains, the whole thing wants to fill in with
okay.
water. So it might be easier. Don't know that for a fact.
muy
but-
muy interesante. So quite a controversial way day.
Did you see
Really?
the article today about some expat who's moved to the East Coast is bemoaning how Perth's the worst place ever to live? And it may be true, but
Is that
apparently we
true of
have the
anyone
highest
who-
crime rate. Do you guys feel unsafe in Perth?
I never go
Not in
out.
Subiaco,
Yeah.
but that's not really saying
Yeah,
much.
not in Leadable. But
You don't feel safe?
no, I do feel safe in Leadable.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I went out to the burb somewhere,
Hmm.
maybe not.
Yeah.
but I
Different experience, really, isn't it?
Um.
Mind you, my parents' home's constantly getting broken into.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good old South.
Really?
Perth.
South of the
Yep.
river.
Yep, all the time. Cars getting windows smashed in when they're parked out on the verge.
Serious?
All the time, yep.
Canning
All the
Highway.
time.
Yeah, wrong side of the river.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up. We have to bring it up every WA day about secession. West Australia, our state, actually voted to I don't even know how to pronounce it. Secede?
No, succeed. We're going to succeed.
No, secede. Secede.
Secede. I guess.
Secede?
Secede. Yeah.
Secede, which means leave and become our own country. So
Well,
West
we won't
Australia is not a
leave.
state; it'd be a
Yeah.
country,
Yeah. Good luck with border protection.
kind of like
Yeah.
West Germany. Well, we got half the navy on.
No,
No.
but I mean the desert side.
Yeah.
Because all the East Coasters are
All
going to want
those
to come
Easters.
over.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
to get our
To get our mining jobs.
Yeah.
mining
Take our
jobs.
jobs.
Have to accept foreign labour from Sydney.
Secession. Well, let's just make ourselves monarchy and get Gina as our queen.
Yeah.
Richest woman in the world. Last year she earned $2 million a minute.
Hmm.
No, an
Oh,
hour.
an
Sorry.
hour.
An hour. Sorry. That was ridiculous.
There's actually
I
an
ruined that.
entire Wikipedia article on secessionism in Western Australia.
Yep.
It's been a reoccurring feature of West Australia's political landscape since shortly after European settlement in 1829.
Didn't it almost get through?
Oh, it did
early?
get through.
Oh.
But they went up
Um,
to England, and England basically said, "Deal with it yourselves."
Oh.
And apparently, there's no provision in the constitution for a secession.
Yeah, the new
No,
Labor government
no
of
shit,
Philip
it's not.
Collier sent a delegation to London with a referendum result to petition the British government to effectively overturn the previous Act of Parliament which had allowed for the creation of the Australian Federation. Blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, London said no. But I don't know, do we still have to listen to that? Queen? I guess the Queen is our Queen. So we have to listen to what she says.
I think that was in the time before when the
Governor General.
when the Privy Council in London was still the highest court in Australia. I think
Okay.
they cut that off later. So you could go to London, but now I think
How do you secede? Don't you just secede? Like, if you're saying,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be a part of this.
Well, we would have had to go to war over it. That's basically what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
yeah.
Well, no, war takes two. If you just say no.
Yeah, well, surely England is really like, they didn't know about mining back then.
But the last big campaign,
Oh,
guess
shit.
who it was run by in 1974? Guess who?
Dick Smith.
Hancock,
Oh, was it?
Gina's dad.
Gina's dad.
Oh, it's a family they're like the Lannisters. They're gilded, always causing shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How long now? Gina's the most powerful woman in the world.
Yeah.
What's a bit of secession?
Mm.
She'll probably enslave all of us.
I can't talk about the Lannisters now because you guys haven't caught up. So.
Oh, I haven't watched the finale.
Oh, yeah.
James. Oh, sorry.
Is that the
You guys
finale?
Yeah,
No way.
episode 10. Yeah.
Episode 10.
I can't believe they had 10. Only how many episodes did they last week? The 2 gigabyte one.
Hey. Anyway,
Gina should.
what do you
Between
reckon? Gina for queen.
Gina, Clive, and Twiggy.
Would we have a queen?
Yeah, Gina.
No, he'd be. Oh, I'm not worshipping Gina.
It doesn't matter.
Do you
You
worship
lose your
Elizabeth?
head.
But you're not just picking the
You've
queen
already
now.
got a queen, Fred.
You're not just picking the queen now.
Gotta
You're
choose your
picking a family whose family line will keep on. I assume if they're going to get, if you get born into the role. So if you want the Hancock family to run
Who was his other wife?
the House of Hancock,
Rose Porteous.
Rose Porteous.
Queen.
Oh, she'd be the evil stepmother
yeah.
sort of thing,
Yeah.
wouldn't she? She'd be
The whole
trying
story's
to,
about
yeah,
it.
mirror
Why-
on the
why
wall.
are they
Who's the
turning this to a
fairest of the
movie?
wall?
God.
Yeah.
You should.
Oh man, the story of WA, the greatest story ever told.
the hypothetical becoming
They're
our
all
own monarchy.
ready writing the mini series. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, they're making that. What is it? Packer, the series, aren't they?
Oh.
Packer to the rafters, I think it's called. That's a crap Australian joke. Sorry. Sorry. That was terrible.
I watched an advert. For that. Just saw that little promo, and I'm pretty sure I heard it right. The tagline was, "There never was, and there never will be a man like Kerry Packer."
It was something like that. Was it the one
Yeah.
where he's walking away from the
Yeah,
camera?
yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Something really stupid like that.
Something really stupid that,
Didn't make any sense.
yeah, that should be catchy, but I remember it was like that, but I don't remember what it was.
I
Yeah.
heard it and I was like,
There'll
did
never
I
be
hear that
another-
right?
There will never be another man like the man called Kerry Packer.
No, but it was the way I heard it was, there never was a man like Kerry Packer, and there never will be.
So was there a man? Did he exist?
Yeah, well, that's what I'll have to hear it again. but
Casting doubt on his
Maybe
existence
that's
even.
That's the twist at the
There
end.
never was.
There never was. He was just
But is Packer...
figment.
Packer was the one that was in the Cleo series?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Is it being played by the same actor? Is it
I
a
don't
spin-off
know.
series?
It's always all like, you should download
It could
this
be. I don't know.
documentary, It's really good.
I haven't looked up. Was it on
Paper
IMDb?
Giants.
It is really good. Oh, but it's not a documentary, no.
What's
It's
his
a
first name?
docudrama.
Played me for my
Kerry
love of
Packer?
documentary.
Cherry Packer.
Speaking of documentaries, have you been watching
Sunday Best.
Secrets of the Super Brands?
I saw one of them.
I wanted to watch
I
that.
don't really like that guy.
Uh,
He's a bit self-indulgent sometimes.
he grows on you, though. Have you seen much of anything?
I saw
What's it about?
most of the one on fashion.
Okay, I
Fashion
didn't watch
brands?
that one.
Fashion.
No, I like him.
Fashion. You.
He's no
his-
Louis Theroux, let's just say that.
He's no Louis Theroux, but he's good. They had the one on Apple the other week. It was really good.
I might view it.
What did they talk about Apple?
Ooh.
I don't want to get into it, James. You can take it up with him.
You think fashion...
They don't have a Kerry Packer and cultural media section on Wikipedia, so I don't know what's going on with him.
The one about Apple was really good, actually. He went to an Apple store opening and was like... He was talking about how, like,
You're
Apple's like a cult and these people are just insane.
Yep.
It was really, like, he hit the nail on the
But
head.
it's pretty exciting to follow them. Like even now, they're pretty boring, but they're, you know, the next iPhone is gonna define what people do, you know, for the next couple of years. You know, so you want to know what's going. I think normal people see that and want to know what's going on.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they obviously do have a major influence on...
And I can't get over how many normies are reading the Steve Jobs biography, right?
Who's a nomie?
Who's annoying?
Like who,
Like plebs, peons,
just normal people.
average
know?
Joes.
Yeah, the
schmoes,
people who read.
just average jerk offs.
What's the
Yeah.
Love autobiographies.
What's the etymology of nomie?
Normal.
Is there a whole culture of people that read
normies,
autobiographies, Campbell?
Oh, yeah. There's people that exclusively read autobios.
All right, yeah.
That's it. That's all they read.
What
Love
about what about biographies?
it. Oh, sometimes they're suspicious of those. There's-
Understandable.
some people love an autobio, and that's all they read.
I love an autobio.
I haven't read an autobio. It's always reading.
I don't think I've ever
Tina
read
Fey's one. She likes it.
I don't think I've ever read like a famous person's one, other than Steve Jobs. Probably the first one I read, but that was a biography.
Was it good?
I've read my.
What about A Fortunate Life?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but that's not by a famous person.
He's famous now.
What's a
No, I
fortunate
know what you
life?
mean though. It's like you probably have to read it in primary school. Like it's like this
Yeah.
guy, I don't know, turn of the century Australian, like
Mm.
works on a sheep farm and
But that's so
Plays two up
surreal
and
because
stuff.
they
Yeah,
he's
okay.
talking about building the train line to Corrigan, which my family grew up in. So it's all stuff that I know and I'm familiar with. And I think he settled in West Leadville. Or
I
something
read
like that.
I read Diary of Anne Frank. It's an
Oh, yeah.
autobiography. It's alright. Bit sad.
Did you live up to expectations?
I think I read it when I was young, so I didn't have expectations. I was
Hmm.
like, yeah. And when you're young, you do all this Holocaust stuff, and you don't really get it. You don't really.
how
Get it?
young were you?
Get the enormity of it.
I don't know. I think it was early high school. I think I read it. Yeah, you don't really understand. You're like, oh yeah, the Nazis were, awful.
Did she talk about Hitler in it?
Not that I remember.
Is she from Germany or is that she's somewhere else in Europe?
Amsterdam.
She's
Amsterdam.
Visited her house. It's pretty sad.
Did you?
You get to see like the secret bits.
Well, there was some kind of erotic content to her story. There was, because she was in love with this guy, and
I don't know any of it.
Oh, anyway.
It's just sad because the most sad.
Yeah, but you can still be in love with someone.
There was heaps of like posters. Like they kept some of the original posters she put on the wall.
Oh, really? Wow.
Like cuttings from magazines and stuff. Just
God,
things that
that's intense.
little girls like. It's sad. And then at the end, it's just like.
There's all these people that theorize, like Holocaust deniers, that's like a planted document, like a fabricated journal for, which is this terrible thing to say, but they kind of go, what rubbish that some child wrote this, text. And I was like, oh, God. But, okay, so, James, I think you brought up Sunday Best.
I was just
you?
stalking the
Wasn't
girl
my
who
crap
hosted
on-
the other day.
Oh.
Hottie
Did you
on
guys
Noddy.
watch Sunday Best last night?
No, but here it was good. Everyone was talking about.
What was it?
It was We Were Here. It was about the emergence of AIDS in San Francisco.
Ah.
And it was fucking intense. It was full on. Amazing documentary. It was interviewed about 5 people who lived through it.
Mhm.
And it was just terrifying and amazing and just, gut-wrenching to watch. Totally recommend it. And it was one thing I found amazing about it, just in terms of its production and its structure, was that there was like no music through it. There was like absolutely no music through the whole thing, but it didn't feel empty. There was no emptiness. There was no absence of it. It just meant that there wasn't these cheesy moments where the strings came in, or there were, it was just really compelling, just from people telling these stories. So yeah, amazing. We Were Here. Totally mind-blowingly good documentary. I think it's got 100% freshness rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've added to my ABC Ivy thing to watch, but although it sounds pretty depressing.
No, but it's amazing. It's but it's depressing, but also uplifting, because people galvanized during this time, and I think it's important to watch it to get a better understanding of how the contemporary gay community has structured itself politically, because this was like a huge kind of turning point for them. Yeah, it's just incredible. Yeah.
Speaking of deniers, there's a whole culture of AIDS deniers and saying that it's a myth as well.
Really?
Why?
I've heard people talking about it being a conspiracy to wipe out the African population. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Because, AIDS rates are just enormous in Africa at the moment.
And it's passed on, isn't it, to children, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you're flirting with
where's this going?
flat Earth,
Oh, yeah, I've
round
added the
Earth
flat
denial,
Earth. Yeah.
How
crazy would that be if that was true?
Yeah,
What,
but like,
that the Earth was actually flat?
Yeah.
Do you like flat Earth theory or hollow Earth theory? Which excites you more? Which titillates you more?
Hollow Earth sounds more exciting, but the flat Earth theory I've heard better. There's more proof.
Compelling argument.
Yeah.
than hollow Earth.
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
I was just watching one flat Earth video, and they were talking about the Apollo 13 astronauts, right? When they were taking that picture, there's actually video. That famous picture of the round blue marble, right? When they're taking that photo, someone's filming him do it, right? And the weird stuff they do to take the photo makes it seems like a compelling argument. They're trying to make the planet look round.
So you reckon the big problem that the government has with keeping this conspiracy wrapped up is when they got to the moon, oh shit, how are we going to take a photo of the Earth so it looks spherical?
Just basic.
Just think about it.
I mean, look at it. Get a fisheye lens, right? And you film a really big surface, right? Like the Earth. It's going to look curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you trying to say though? Fisheye lenses curve things. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, what if it was real?
Just think about it, Gail.
Just think about it, Gil.
Just think about it.
All right.
What if we're on
Think
a flat Earth?
Just open your mind.
Yeah,
What happens if
what happens at the
everyone's
edge?
eyes were slightly fisheye that you didn't notice if you're looking at things in closer range? But
Yeah.
if you looked at things really far away, it's like a horizon. The slight fisheye effect of your eye would become apparent, and it'd make it look like the horizon was slightly curved.
That's not why people think
I
Earth's round.
see.
People don't stand on flat plains.
That's why most
bit
people
round.
think the Earth is round, though.
Yeah.
But speaking of which,
Apart from the sun.
there's a link in the show notes. I don't know how we're going to get to this because we have to go to
Makes
D&D
sense.
soon. But there's a link someone put in here about optical illusions and your eye focusing on something.
That was
and
a cool
things
optical
around
illusion.
it disappearing.
Yeah.
Sorry, disappearing.
Oh,
Sorry. I'll try and put it in the show notes so that people don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, basically, if you focus on one thing, you can actually use this test to see stuff around it disappearing before your eyes, basically, and then.
You have a dead spot in your eye where the optic nerve is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at something and there's a thing positioned in the right spot, it'll disappear.
Well, you have
It's
to
not
use
really
one
an
eye.
optical illusion because you actually can't see the thing at that spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I've got like hair in my eyes, but I don't. Like
Yeah, that's an effect
that-
that's caused by... Oh,
Aren't there living
I think
things?
it's debris and stuff that's in your... That's
the
floating
inside
in
of
the
your eye?
liquid of your eye.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So it settles eventually, but because you're always moving, it's
So does that
always
mean
floating.
like when you die, like you've got like a big crust of like stuff at the
I heard these stories of people.
I don't
like
know.
over the years, all that dust that accumulates in your eyeball settles to the bottom and like,
No, it's
No,
not in your. It's
inside.
like it's inside your eye. It's just organic matter and debris inside your eye.
yeah, and eventually it settles to the bottom.
No, because you're always
no,
looking
no,
around.
but you're always laying down and.
Oh, so
getting
you might
up.
have one piece in there, and eventually, when you turn your head upside down,
Yeah,
it goes,
yeah, and sometimes if there's enough light coming in, and it'll
Yeah.
catch it, and you'll see
Alright.
this like worm thing that's squiggly. Yeah, there's a wiki article on it. That's quite interesting.
So cool.
Yeah, I heard people when they're doing laser safety, people shoot themselves in the
Oh,
eye
don't
with a
tell me so.
laser, and then they burn up. They get a big dot, and then their vision slowly just goes red because they've blasted a hole in the back of their eye, and their eyeballs just filling up with blood.
Holy shit! Are those horror stories that you get told?
Yeah, so you know they just see a flash, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then their eyes just.
Well, apparently the reason why one of the reasons why you go blind when you look at the sunrise because
Oh, you guys,
your eye works as a magnifying
Transit
glass.
Venus.
Yeah.
Transit of Venus, yeah.
But it won't hit WA, will it?
Yeah, well, from
Yeah.
sunrise till about midday.
Tomorrow.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Okay.
You guys going to Gingin, our gravitorium? They're having a special transit day.
Boo. I think they might be doing something.
Oh man!
No.
They go,
I
"Your
think
job
someone was talking
prospects
about at the front of the physics building setting up a telescope.
Oh, why? You're not allowed to look at it.
No, we set it up so you can look at it.
Oh,
Telescope
are you
magnified
adjusting for
even
the
more.
flatness of the Earth?
Yeah.
You can just discuss your flat Earth theories with the astronomers.
Oh yeah, get onto it.
Yeah.
Give them a good air bashing.
Have they ever been up to space and looked at it for themselves? How do
Well,
they know
how
the
do you know?
spaceship doesn't have curved windows that's refracting them?
Now, if we do have a flat Earth theory, the obvious question then is, what's on the dark side of the Earth?
It's mirror Earth.
Mirror Earth. I bet you something awesome's going on.
If we dig deep enough, do we get to it? We'd have to, right?
Yeah.
How come nobody's ever seen the edge? I mean,
Or is it
I
a
don't want to
conspiracy?
blow holes in your flat Earth.
What is
theory.
on the edge? What happens at the edge?
Maybe it is like a flat Earth, but you just end up back
Fred,
the other
how many
side.
people have you been on a
Like
boat and gone to another
racking.
continent?
Yeah.
If you're playing
Yeah,
like
Fred.
Scorched Earth or something.
Have you?
Nah. I've been into a boat to Tasmania
To Australia?
from Australia.
Yeah.
A bit of Australia.
Yeah.
Tasmania. Yeah. Yep. That's a boat journey. Went to Rottnest.
I've been the UK to France
Oh,
when I
yeah?
was 9.
I've done very little nautical adventuring.
You went to Rottnest.
Yeah, right.
I've done the Greek islands.
No, I haven't done that. Oh, you're saying you've done it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's my seafaring.
But you haven't
Experience.
discovered a bold new continent?
No.
No.
But that's it. If you've never, we fly and then we go over some ocean, but they could be flying in circles for all we know.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very
Totally.
true.
They're all in on the
Suspicious.
conspiracy.
Yeah, ask Guy Pladell. He'll blow the lid on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Anyway.
I think if you're a flat Earth conspiratist, you just need to take a long hard look at yourself.
We shouldn't even be
And-
talking
and
about it.
pick
We
a-
shouldn't be giving them a platform.
We'll get emails. The Flat Earth Society.
I like Hollow Earth, and I like to think that we're inside it. And there's a little star that exists within the center of the Hollow Earth.
What's the
That's a
sun?
great.
And that's
That's
the
it.
sun.
And like the transit of Venus is just like a little bit of dust that's like floating.
Yeah,
past.
all the other planets are just tiny,
Yeah.
and all the other stars are just tiny things that are
What about when we went to the moon?
BS. Duh. Oh, the moon could fit within the Earth.
The moon's like a third the size of the Earth, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
if
tiny.
it's hollow.
I think they actually took a picture of a satellite of an eclipse, and so you can actually see the shadow on the Earth, and it looks tiny. The shadow that it casts.
Yeah, so obviously it's tiny.
How come only half the planet sees it at one time now?
Yeah, well, you got to look up the diagrams.
No,
There's
but if
great-
it's going
there's
around the
compelling
flat, so it
diagrams.
goes to the other side of the
Yeah, you should still be able to see it, though.
Oh, no, we're talking about Hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the middle.
Maybe it goes behind
Hollow
the sun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think too hard about it.
So, 2 weeks ago, we started a topic about the 3. And you guys had some homework to go home
Oh,
and
that's true.
Yeah.
How did you go,
go
Fred?
home and discuss
I
it.
got
with-
3 and then I gave 2. I couldn't think
A
of it.
go.
No, let's just get some context.
Yeah, I've already done 2 of my 3.
For those
In a
just
fortnight, that's amazing.
Well, you know.
for those just joining us, right? The 3 is a concept where you make a list of 3 celebrities with your partner who you have a free pass to have sexual relations with without any consequences. We sort of talked about it, but then 2 of the Fangin Round crew, Campbell and Fred, went home and discussed this. And do they have results to bring back?
Yep.
Fred,
So I picked 3
For you?
for you,
me.
pick 3 for you.
Yeah. And then... I thought that was the...
No, you're meant to pick 3, and she can veto them, and you keep going until you get 3.
I thought the idea was that she picks 3. And so it's like we can see a bit, into the thought processes behind it.
Yeah.
I thought that was the idea. Because you were saying that maybe they'd pick, the partner would pick the 3 that they kind of want you to have sex with.
No, I would say, would you take that into consideration when you're picking it to try and impress your partner
Originally
by
Zoe
your
picked Maggie
choices?
Smith, and I had to veto that one.
I thought it was the other way
Maggie
around.
Smith From
Maggie
Harry
Green?
Potter?
Yeah, the really old lady.
Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
Hook.
Well, obviously because I'm not going to have sex with her.
With it?
Oh, okay. I thought you were really into her or something.
Did you say with it?
With her.
All right.
Her. She's a person, James. She's not just a sexy body. Who did Zoe pick? She picked Mila Kunis and the girl off the Notebook, whose name I can't remember.
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, not the spunky guy.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. There was a lot of Ryan Gosling talk last week.
It's because we just watched Driver. And I can't remember the third one.
I'm drawing blank on my third one as well.
Who cares?
But,
I can't remember.
but you
There was someone
told
else I was
me
like,
that your 3 was 2 girls from Mad Men.
Yep.
We're just discussing.
These guys are calling home to get
I can get the third one. Maybe if the fans listening, she can tweet it. I think it was Zooey Dashnell.
Alright, okay.
They're the ones
But
that
then
Zoe
doesn't-
picked,
you
But
have
I
to
think
go
that was on
again.
the grounds because I was like, why don't you pick someone? that
No,
looks
Fred,
like
you have to
she's
pick
like-
who you want.
So I picked Alison Brie,
Yeah.
Christina Hendricks,
Yeah.
because I had Man Men on the brain, and then I was like, I can't think of a third one.
Who's Alison Brie?
She's
That
Pete
sounds
Campbell?
like 2 women.
Pete Campbell's wife.
Hello?
Pete Campbell's wife, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And she plays Annie on Community.
There's a lot of
Oh,
teleconferencing going in the car.
Yeah. There's a rushing home to get answers, yeah.
She's got to ask permission.
Anyway, and I couldn't think of a third one.
No.
So I told Zoe that
I
if
thought it
I'm
was
in
Mila
Hollywood
Kunis.
and I meet someone, then I'll phone her up and see if it's all right.
No, that's cheating, Fred. So you got to make the list. So did she veto Christina Hendricks or Alison Brie?
No, she was fine with them.
Okay.
Did
Did she veto anyone?
No. I think if you picked like a porn star or something, she might veto it. I don't know. Maybe I should put that as a third one.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
What's wrong with the
I wouldn't
porn
veto any of her choices.
What if it was the Mandingo?
What if one of them was James?
That does have to be famous. That's the point.
James could be famous
that
one
was
day.
it. That was the one I forgot. Okay. Sorry,
I'd
you
veto
full
that.
drop.
Sorry, James.
All right,
We all
thank
could be
you so
famous
much.
if Fangin' Around
Harry
takes
was
off.
just calling brains. We all forgot. Anyway.
So I'm not really keen on any
Thank
of
you.
the girls
Okay,
Zoe
cool.
picked that much.
Thanks a lot. Love
so
you, bye.
I was just like, eh.
What is it with girls and Mila Kunis?
Yeah, I
Brady
know.
picked her as
Yeah, I know. She's like a person that girls
Yeah.
think are really hot, but she's quite not unattractive, but she's not like.
Sorry, I was
Keep me awake
I was
at night.
teleconferencing that time. What were your 3 that were picked for you?
Mila Kunis.
That 70 Straight Black Swan.
Yep.
Sorry, yep.
The chick from the Notebook, Rachel McAdams.
James
buck teeth.
really likes her.
Oh yeah.
That's
Should be
James's
on my
favourite
three.
of all time.
Really?
Yep.
She's alright. And I think it was Zooey Deschanel. I can't quite remember. I think
Okay. Zooey.
Briny suggestion Zooey Deschanel.
that was on a same name.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I was like, anyway.
So if you called out her name, it'd
Yep.
be fine.
Yep.
Zoe.
Because I'd be talking to her and it'd be awkward. I'd be thinking about Zoe, you know.
Of course,
Getting
you'd
inside my
be
head, you know.
thinking about Zoe and trying to make love to Zoe, and it might be awkward.
Well,
Yeah.
Mm.
is that why? That's why she got the bangs, didn't she?
I don't know why she got the bangs. She kept dreaming.
Stop
of having,
talking about
having
bangs.
a,
No,
having
it's a fringe.
Yeah.
It's a fringe, not bangs.
That's
She
what
was-
Zoe calls it.
She was dreaming of
Yeah.
a fringe in Europe.
Hmm.
So I was like, "We'll make your dreams come true."
I'll make all your dreams come
Did you cut
Snip,
it?
snip,
Romantic.
snip,
I'm gonna
snip.
make your dreams come true. So she got a haircut.
Wow.
Did you pay for it?
I did not.
It's like your mum with her computer.
Advice, Cam. I told her to get the fringe though.
I thought she was dreaming about it.
Yeah, but I was like, sat her down and said, "Zoe,
Do it.
you need to make this a reality."
Okay. Fair enough.
Anyway,
So did you guys have any luck?
Yep, I just had to phone a friend to just confirm, because I'd forgotten my third one. So I too had my partner pick mine. I thought that was the gist of the activity.
Yeah.
I got quite confused.
No,
But-
you pick your three. She's allowed to veto, and then you have to negotiate.
That's not how everyone interpreted
Nah.
it. Everyone interpreted it as the partner picks three, and then you.
But I think it's more interesting that way
Yeah,
as well. I
See
think
how
it's
they-
more
you get to see
interesting
how
to
they
see
think.
to see what they think you'd be into, or what they want for you. That sort of thing.
No, that's
Not
right.
easy.
That's what you have your list. They have their list, and then you negotiate to pick the final places.
Well, none of us did that.
Okay.
Oh no, Fred, you said you did pick three. I overheard. You had
Yeah,
Christina
'cause I had-
Hendricks.
Alison Brie, and I couldn't think of a third
Alison
one.
Brie.
But Zoe didn't have a problem with it. No, she goes, "Oh yeah,
So
Oh,
the
yeah.
big boobs.
why not?"
So I was given, my three that I was given were Nigella,
Maya.
MIA,
Yep.
and Dita Von Teese.
Oh yeah. Do you
Nigella,
approve of those
MIA,
ones?
and Dita Von Teese. All right.
Who's Dita Von Teese?
So you think she would want to know feedback? That's what we were talking about. Whether
Do you know- yeah,
they would
can
pick it
you-
because they want to hear about it later, and they go, "What's Dita Von Teese like?
Oh, probably.
What have I said? Some of her moves. Teach me some."
I don't know.
Oh, how did you feel about that? Those
Oh,
three.
yeah, that's great.
Acceptable.
I think most.
Oh,
people.
yeah. Why not?
And how does it compare to your list?
Oh, I didn't have a list.
Did you come up with three that was?
Well, she said those three.
I remember
Actually,
you had a big
she-
thing for Rachel Lee Cook back in the day.
Yeah, but not anymore.
No.
That was back in the day.
She's out of fashion now. She's not.
Well,
cool.
you know. I
Is she
just
on
don't
Twitter?
feel-
We should tweet her. Hey, we're talking about you.
We're talking about you. Hey,
You could
Skype
go to the
in.
dress
we're talking
up
about how we're not into you anymore.
Should
Yeah.
have an intervention again.
Intervention. Yeah. Liz actually gave me 4.
All right.
She included Björk in the list.
Yeah.
But then I kind of went, look, I love her music, but I don't feel that way about her. And Liz was like, okay.
But would you though?
She'd be
No.
interesting in the
If she was up
bedroom,
for
I
it,
reckon.
and you had total permission.
She would be interesting in the bedroom, but she scares me a little bit as well. A little bit scary. And her husband's quite a scary character, so...
What if she had permission? What if her list was like, oh, Campbell?
Campbell, that comic artist.
That,
from Western Australia.
that funny weird guy from Perth.
I listen to his podcast every week. He's
Oh, look, I don't know. I'm not... Look, if you're listening,
Whose
Björk, I'm not
podcast?
saying no.
Campbell's.
I'm not saying
Oh.
no.
This one.
All right. Okay.
I was just saying, look, we have to get it down to 3. So Björk
Yeah,
went.
I'd cut Björk out of that, that one as well.
I felt more for the other 3. That's all I'm saying. Harry?
So
What was
did
the
you
first
pick 3 or
one?
you
Oh.
didn't pick 3?
What was the first
I
one?
didn't pick 3.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
pick 3 at all. I had I was given Nigella,
Oh,
Nigella
Nigella.
Lawson.
Okay.
MIA, and Dita Von Teese. Totally approve of all of
Because I
them.
could have just asked them if I wanted to know what their list was.
Oh,
the whole
well,
point is
sorry.
the tension.
The whole point is to create conflict in your relationships.
No, it's not. It's not real conflict. That's the whole point of it. There's no attachment or anything to it. There's like,
Yeah, but I didn't.
or
get
you're
much
saying
of
there
it.
was tension over it.
No, I'm saying there was
Did you
absolutely
bring
none.
up-
I think
I
they
had
just
trouble
kind of
bringing
like
up the
roll their
broaching the
eyes and
subject.
like, fine, it's
Yeah.
not going to
No,
happen. If
no,
you were
it's
like
funny.
that girl down the road,
Yeah.
this checkout chick at Woolworths, like the Channel 9 newscaster, I think they have a problem with that.
Harry,
Um,
were you given 3? Did you?
Well, I was trying to think of 3 and I really couldn't, so Bryony was like making lots of suggestions for me.
This is Harry. He can never make decisions at all.
Even
It's
about
not
who he
that I
wants to have
can't
sex with.
make decisions.
Every now and then he
It's
can
just
say
that
no
I can't think of a
or
celebrity.
F yes, but the majority, the grey area is huge. It's like,
Yeah, I don't care about grey areas.
yeah. You either make a decision in one
Oh, sorry.
microsecond.
He's playing footsie with the end of the day.
So what's the result?
I think there was Scarlett Johansson on the list. There was Mila Kunis, who I had to look up on the internet to find out who she was.
Did you approve after that?
I thought, yeah, why not? You know,
Yep.
I'd go her.
I don't know if we can discuss this. You know how we're talking about how apparently Jennifer Aniston's like really terrible in real life, like she's a terrible person.
She's terrible in fake life as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You know characters?
yeah. Okay. Well, apparently Mila Kunis is really awesome. She's like one of the coolest people in Hollywood, apparently, to work with, you know, to hang
Wow.
out with and do stuff.
There you
2
go.
out of 3 lists.
So who else? Did
2
you
out
have?
of 3 women
Oh,
want you
Emma
to bang
Watson.
Mila Kunis. That should be a tag.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Doom.
She was one I approved
We
of.
used to have a countdown for when she turned 18.
That's gonna mess with Bryony though. Every time you watch the Harry Potter films, you'll be like, "Man, you think that's
I'm
a
not
pretty
back
cool
then.
move she's got."
Yeah, but you'll think.
Yeah,
about
and then
it.
you watch her when she's like 12 years old.
You're weird, Harry, because you were into her back when she was like 12. You've been eyeing her for a while. This is getting weird,
that.
dude.
Sweet 16 party.
And that Bryony knows you're into it.
I'm not into, when she was 12.
Ron and Hermione love each other.
Someone suggested Zoe put-
Bum, 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 bum.
Longbottom on her list.
Neville Longbottom, because he
Neville
looks like
Longbottom.
you.
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, he looks like you.
Take that as a compliment.
You think he's hot, do you?
But she was like, "Nah, it'd be too creepy because he's a bit." You just think of him as Neville Longbottom. So if you hook up with Emma Watson, you're gonna like get some round glasses and put a little scar, just like Emma. Can you just put on this like cloak?
Nah, she got together with Ron.
You look a bit like Ron.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I would put up our profiles up on the Facebook page, and the Campbell has drawn, and you're quite like he's quite embellished the fact that you're a redhead, which people don't people don't really think of you as a redhead. But I wonder if people listening home who don't see real photos of us, or I'm going to put some up, cool ones up. I got collected for the Facebook page.
Yeah, I saw a cool one that you put up of me.
Yeah. Well, I got a group photo doing the same thing, which is totally appropriate for our vampire special. It'll be quite special.
Oh, I don't know if I played up your redness.
Which one's me?
Is that played up?
Oh, that's from the old one. Yeah.
the
Totally
old
played up my lack of chin, Campbell. I don't really approve.
one. I had to play up something.
I don't really appreciate that.
Oh, sorry. And I totally played up my abs as well.
Yeah. I should be an artist, so then I can make myself look coolest.
Show notes. So that's the 3. That's the follow-up.
Zoe told me her 3.
Oh, who
Oh.
are they?
I can only remember 2 of them. No, one of them.
Oh, Fred.
Is it Ryan Gosling?
It was some guy off Gossip Girl.
Oh,
Chase?
which one?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Chase.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That guy off Home and Away who's in True Blood.
Yep. I thought she didn't like him.
And there's someone else I can't remember.
Apparently she does.
I think those were the one.
Was it Ryan Gosling?
No, I don't think he was on the list.
Oh, everyone loves Ryan Gosling. Though.
I don't like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, not you.
You don't have a
Everyone else.
With a vagina, yeah. Or a gay penis. Okay, we have to go to question of the week. Okay, well, we keep putting this other question off, but I want to really ask this one because it's timely. There's a company, right, setting up now to send a mission to Mars, the first humans to Mars, right? Catch is
No
one
return?
way. It's one way.
Shit.
It's just like going from,
Shit.
being the first settlers who came to, the Swan
Well,
River colony.
Surely you've got no hope of survival. Like, you're not going to start a colony, right? You're just going to go there and die.
No, you start breeding. You build a city.
Where are you going to get energy from?
The sun.
Oh, it's pretty weak out there.
I'm sure there's gases on Mars that you can mine.
No, there are none.
Nuclear power.
That could work. No, but you can't do nuclear power because you're going to have to strap a nuclear reactor to a rocket, and if that rocket blows up, it's going to spew.
Well, they sent a nuclear reactor to Saturn, Cassini. That's got a nuclear
Yeah,
reactor.
but they're like little, it's like a space heater type
Pocket reactor.
level of energy, yeah. It's just like a warm lump of metal. Whereas if you're going to have power city, you need like a...
Yeah, well,
Big
it'd be a
old
small city to
Well,
start
you
off
set
with,
up,
and then with
set up in
every-
a Russian rocket. They don't blow up.
Well, they do sometimes.
You just don't hear about it.
Couldn't you send up 2 components of the reactor to the ISS in
Yeah.
separate
Oh, yeah,
ships,
they might be able to-
assemble it in the ISS, and then send your rocket off from the ISS?
Yeah.
Why don't they blast off from the ISS?
Well, they take the reactor up and then they blast the fuel up.
Yeah.
Separate.
yeah,
But still,
yeah,
the fuel's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
dangerous bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, but it's going to be no worse than when they, a plane accidentally loses its nuclear bombs and falls into the ocean,
that's
right?
very true.
That's true.
Which happens all the time.
Well, it's happened
No,
a
it'll be
couple of
heaps
times.
worse than that.
Why?
Because that's like a bomb that just falls into the ocean. Right? This is like, it'll burn up into the atmosphere and spread everywhere.
What if they
Depends
keep
when
it
it
in a
blows.
really...
Put it in a heat
But,
shield.
yeah, put it in a heat shield.
I don't know.
That's how spaceships come back to
They're
Earth.
not
not a
going
rocket
to pack
scientist,
it in a
guy.
brown paper bag and send it off.
Anyway, I'm just saying, surely it'll be a one-way trip.
Right,
James
it
is saying
That's what we're saying.
That's the
the catch.
hypothetical.
No, like a one-way
would you
trip.
guys-
You're gonna die. You're not gonna start Mars.
No, that's the idea. Is you
Well,
start
why would
breeding.
they send someone just to die? You send someone and get them to do shit
Yeah,
and then die.
and they keep sending in new people every 2 years.
A new woman every 2 years?
No, you take your family with you. So this is what I'm saying.
Nah,
What would it take?
singles only.
What would it take you guys to go? Like, what would you go? Would you consider it if you got offered to be the first people to live on Mars?
No.
But you'll never get back to Earth.
No. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, at least take your whole family.
No, I wouldn't. Still wouldn't do it.
Especially not if you had your whole family.
What if you were 50
You do
and
if
your
you're
family's
single.
dead?
What if they said,
Oh, what if I was alive?
no, you would? You have to take your family, so you would take
Yeah, so
Naz
no.
and.
No.
No.
But if you're single, you would.
No.
No, so you wouldn't at all. No,
What
no.
if you were
probably
single,
not.
but it was like...
You wouldn't even consider it.
I don't think so.
What if,
What if they
7
said
years
in
old?
20 years we might have the technology to bring you back?
Nah.
But it's not a guarantee.
No. I'm not very adventurous.
Okay.
Would you do it?
I would consider it, yeah. Well, okay, the question is, if you were going, what would you take
Oh,
from Earth?
A couple of good books.
probably my iPhone, so I can Instagram on the way. Keep tweeting back.
Tweeting spaceship inside.
Would they have to guarantee a good internet connection?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can keep track
Nah,
of
the
it.
latency.
wireless.
You can never play online.
Lag.
2
The lag
seconds,
would be
8
terrible.
seconds.
No,
of lag.
you get podcasts though, because podcasts, you can listen to them anytime.
Yeah, but
Yeah. What would you do?
World of Warcraft.
I think you'd just end up dying.
That's generally.
Well,
I
they
think
would-
we're
they
all
would-
going to end
No,
up dying.
you land and you set up your little house, and then one thing would go wrong. And
Yeah, but you have a
wouldn't-
bunch
like
of
I'm saying,
people to
wouldn't
help
last-
you
wouldn't
out.
Last 2 weeks.
You have people to help you out. It's not like they send just 3 people. They're sending groups of 50 at a time.
You can just go to the next door
50?
neighbor's
Nah,
house.
it's
Yeah, I don't know.
space madness. Nah, people will just lose it.
Spaceman.
I haven't lead details.
Would they
but-
do some? Wouldn't they want to do some preliminary terraforming?
You can't. That's a
No, well, you would.
Yeah,
Would it, they would
you
have
have
nukes
bombs
on
on the
the-
ice cap.
Yeah, on the ice caps, and then you get all the liquid going, and then you send all these spores and shit. You get plants growing,
not gonna work.
Like
Mm.
moss
No.
bombing.
mosses. Yeah, mosses and lichens and things start getting the atmosphere going.
No,
Who's paying for this though?
it's just a corporation.
No, but
This is
if-
what we
Yeah,
really
what
want
sort
to
of
do.
crazy ass
Yeah, but
corporations going?
do
Let's
they have
mine
the money,
Mars."
or do you presumably you have to turn up with $1 million and then they'll send you there?
Well, I think it's going to be funded by the government.
Hold on,
But-
The government's not funding
hold
people
on.
to go to Mars.
Who
to die.
is
Fred,
who's
this is beyond
it's-
the realm of this hypothetical.
It's Amsterdam,
Funding.
which
No, I
are
thought we
pretty
were talking
forward
about
thinking. They do, allow drugs and stuff like
Do you
that.
Nah,
think-
this is some nutcase.
they allow
What's-
drugs in
what's- what
Amsterdam
country
and trips
is
to
it?
Mars, and they're
Netherlands?
really
Is
progressive.
it Netherlands?
Death
I don't know.
marches.
Yeah.
That'll be some guy in a basement who's just like, I've incorporated Mars lifelong.com or whatever, and he's
Yeah.
like, sign
And
up.
did he
pay
just
me
put it out on
$50, like,
Craigslist?
preliminary. to get on
This
the
is a serious
preliminary
thing. Yeah.
Wanted astronauts, one-way trip,
Yep.
asking her questions.
Yeah.
Now we got to think which corporation has the amount of money to send a Mars space program, get established one. What woman in this world is rich enough
Oh,
You know why they call it the red planet? I know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Who loves that shit more than
Gina,
anyone?
get on it.
I
You
wouldn't
can
be
do so much.
surprised
Yeah.
if she was behind all of this. And the Hollow Earth, and the flat one as well.
Yeah.
And the transit of
What if
Venus.
Mars is flat.
What if Gina comes from the dark side of Earth?
Oh, she looks a bit
She
like
dug a
she does
hole
look a bit
all the
funny.
way
mole-like
through to
She's
the
like
other
that
side.
dwarf in Lord of the Rings.
Gimli.
We should totally be pro Gina.
Why?
She might fund us to do things.
Oh, yeah, she might give us money.
She'll never
But
give us money,
isn't
though.
she giveaway invest the least amount of money than anyone
Yeah,
other than
she's-
mining outside?
According to Zoe, she's.
According to, you can say,
Yeah.
according to Campbell.
According to my source,
Oh, look, if
she's
she
all
has
right.
so much
She's
money,
nice,
if
but
she
she's-
was
the
doing,
family's a bit demented.
if she was doing good
Well, her
things,
family is demented.
everyone would know about it. If she was
Yeah.
doing anything worthwhile, everyone would have the most glowing reports about her. But she's not. She could fund like the new museum in a day's wages, and we wouldn't have the government having to like squabble with one another about whether it's going to get done. That's just one thing that happens to affect me on a day-to-day basis. But you think about anything, she could be donating
There's no Alan
$100
Bond
million every
running
day
the America's carpet.
to fucking the hospital, the
Yeah.
education system, or art gallery or anything.
Campbell, I think you're forgetting how much the mining industry contributes to this country.
Almost as much as the fast food industry does. Fast food industry employs more people and creates more jobs.
So we
and
should be
creates
celebrating.
more wealth
but it doesn't
than the mining
create
industry.
wealth, Campbell. It's simply an internal circulation of wealth. The mining industry brings wealth in from overseas, turning the dirt in Western Australia into
Cold hard
hard cash, which people
And where's it going?
and which people can spend on fast food.
Lining Gina's pockets. That's all
I think-
it's-
So
Lining
you're,
your
so you're
pockets,
saying
I
we
think
should
you're
celebrate
fine,
Nick
Campbell.
Turner running Chicken Treat and Red Rooster?
No. I think they're both revolting industries.
I don't like
I quite
No.
like McDonald's.
an obese billionaire is much, much worse than a normal thinner billionaire.
They're all obese.
Steve Jobs wasn't obese.
All the
Well, he was before he
Yeah, all
got
the
cancer.
mining-
Oh, he wasn't obese. Come on.
Oh, James, that is wrong.
No, but that's why he was
bad.
skinny when he was because he was
Yeah,
dying
he
of
wasn't.
cancer.
He was never obese. Like
Didn't he
yeah.
look so
Clive
good?
Palmer.
when they look at the videos of when he released the iPod.
he wasn't. He's not Clive Palmer obese.
No.
That's obese, not just a bit fat.
Tubby.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, would you? What? Sorry. Did we work out what would you take to Mars,
Oh,
Fred?
flashlight. I mean, a flashlight, because it's dark there. God.
Yeah.
A woman
Who-
would be number one.
Pardon?
A woman?
A woman. Not Zoe.
When you fill out forms and it says sex, do you say yes for it?
Sorry.
What if you
I
could
love-
take your
I love
three?
one
What if you
companion.
could take your three and keep them as
Oh, what is this? And you'll be a ruler of your
your
own
slaves?
planet.
Yeah, and keep
get
them
to
as your
take-
harem.
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 Then
I
would you go
think
to
he'd
Mars?
die.
You're so hung up on this death thing.
You could die on Earth, Fred, but you could be on Mars.
Fred.
You could be the king of
but I think it'll
Mars.
be
Get your ass to Mars.
I
Yeah.
think you'd get there and you'd be like, wow, I'm on Mars. And then you'd look around and you're in like this crappy capsule and like you'll get over it in about 2 days.
I love the idea of you on Mars, and you get there and you're like, holy shit, and the next day you wake up and you're, oh, fuck me, I'm on Mars. Just like that. Over it. Done. You reckon
The day-to-day realities of living on Mars, I think would be terrible.
They'd have all the latest
No,
technology.
but they wouldn't. It'd be like, it costs so much money. It's like millions of dollars a ton to get things into orbit, let alone to Mars. So they're going to send you there with the minimum amount of stuff to like, they'll probably just have you like naked with no clothes.
It'll-
You just have to
they
shower.
will
Where are you
not.
going to get water from? You wouldn't be able to bathe.
No, that's where you
Just
land on
under
the.
the surface. It's
You
full
land
of
on the
water. Just
poles
dig a
and
hole.
you use the ice,
So
melt
it's
the
freezing
ice.
outside, so you can never like, you can't just like
You,
walk
but you
on it.
well, exactly because there's no atmosphere. There isn't real oxygen, so you have to have a breathing apparatus anyway when you go outside.
Yeah, but I think you'd run out of, what are you going to eat?
You grow stuff in greenhouses.
Yeah, what
But
if your
where are these
crops-
greenhouses coming from?
land them there.
Oh, they're flying like trillions of dollars worth
Yeah.
of stuff. so
Carbon
they're great.
fiber, Fred.
No. You'd be stuck in like
SpaceX,
in like a
right? They're
little
getting the-
box the size of
Yeah.
a toilet with like just naked eating eating gruel,
The rest of your day.
Fred, the
and then
scientist,
you die.
anti.
Die.
Can't believe you of all people were so anti.
Because I know that it's like it takes extraordinary amounts of energy to do these kinds of things, and it's just not
No,
feasible.
but surely isn't just breaking the atmosphere the big deal? Breaking orbit,
Breaking
and then
the
once
gravitational
you're out of orbit, you just go, oh yeah.
yeah,
Off
but
you
you
go.
have to get out of that orbit. It takes
Yeah, but with SpaceX, aren't they meant to make it really cheap? They're just like popping rockets off like the iPods.
what?
Popping and locking. Oh yeah, well we didn't talk about that. World's first commercial space return
Yeah, they went to ISS and brought some stuff
and
back.
docked, and then
And the Russians
Did you
just-
see the tweets that the ISS
Oh,
guys
yeah.
made? They were like, "Whoa, this is like science fiction."
Yeah,
About the like. Yeah,
I don't know
It's
why
crazy.
they would say that.
I don't
But-
know why either, because they were in a space station. It's like, what? But they're so over it.
Yeah.
They wake up, they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
see what
fucking
I mean?
ISS.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing is, it actually brought stuff back. It landed back on Earth, and the Russian thing just burns up, and they just put their rubbish in it, basically.
Yeah, it's like a dustbin.
Yeah. But yeah, they could
$1 million
send it just heaps
Yeah.
of them up.
Yeah, but how much did that thing cost? Was
Oh.
it like $110 million?
Oh, yeah, that's like pocket money for Gina.
Yeah, but
It's
she's not
chump
doing
change.
it.
How
Gina's
do
not
you
doing
know?
it.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
how easy is it for her to
Fred,
set up
if
like
you
some
mean it-
dodgy thing on Craigslist?
If you meet her, tell her to get on the Mars mission.
Yeah.
All
Tell her
right.
to get her ass to Mars. In a
Fuck off to Mars.
No, like in a Schwarzenegger kind of voice.
Okay, what
Fuck
about
off to Mars.
what about if it wasn't for Mars? What about if you're going
Saturn,
to
I think about it.
another planet where there
Well,
might
you'd
be
keen
life?
on Saturn.
There
Would you,
isn't,
would you
though.
like to try to penetrate
Saturn
their
would be-
rings?
Like extra.
Like a generation ship. So you get on a
That'd be
ship.
even worse.
Sorry, what? Like a Star Trek
But what
generation.
about these people that from who went to England or from Spain to America and
Yeah, but there was a habitat there.
There was a habitat. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but
Like if you go to Mars,
There
it's
was
not like we
poisonous-
look up at Mars
Imagine
and
if
there was
you- imagine
poison
if you
stuff
got
and
on
they
that
didn't have
boat.
medicine,
You
right?
got on that
Yeah.
boat.
So they still
and
died
they-
of stuff.
You could never leave.
but we
that
fixed
boat.
it up, and that's what you got. You take.
No, but they had a
Since-
natural environment to sustain them. You go to Mars, you have nothing.
Oh, well, they have water. That's all you need, right?
no, but it's
Water and sunlight. That's all you need.
There's fuck all sunlight on Mars, and you need energy. You can get a bit
Yeah,
of energy
nuclear.
from.
Yeah.
We've got that kick-ass nuclear
If
pocket.
you send like a crazy nuclear reactor, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd be
well,
like the
How
100th
hard is
person
it to
go
create?
Mars.
Could they build a nuclear reactor?
Not the first. No, it's pretty hard. But
You
then I
wouldn't
guess
get
it
a
goes.
statue
If
then.
it goes
Could they just
like,
send some rocks of uranium up, and that wouldn't be dangerous? And would they be able to work
They
out
just
how to
need
use
to
that?
purify them up there.
Yeah.
Who's got access to heaps of uranium?
WA. We've got a third of it.
We should
Gina.
secede and go to Mars.
Gina, shit.
Yeah, let's fuck this shit.
Let's write a letter to her.
Dear Gina, have you thought about...
Fucking off to Mars.
Have you thought about giving me a few $1 million and then fucking off to Mars?
Well, I think that's been a good show.
Wicked. It's pretty WA-centric, really.
Yeah.
isn't
Well,
it?
WA special. WA Day
yeah,
special.
lots of geography, lots
First
of
one,
interplanetary...
We've recorded it for the history books. What day
this
did I
is
say
what
it?
people-
4th of June
this is-
2012.
They want the
WA.
zeitgeist of the first WA day.
So I'm actually uploading it to the Internet Archive. Fangin around is going to host it on the Internet Archive, so it'll be kept there for all time, maybe.
Nice. So hopefully school children in 100
Yeah.
years' time, when they've got the centenary of WA,
Yeah.
will look back and go,
Instead of
Look at
reading,
this
wow,
recording
aren't
of
they
these
quaint?
fellas.
Look at these guys. They're talking about
Fred
legal
was
and stuff.
laughing that they couldn't set up a nuclear reactor.
are we proven? Are we vindicated?
Anyway, this has been the Fang Around Show. You can find us at fangaround.com. There's a listener mail segment right there. You can send us an email with questions. We'll answer any of your relationship questions or, like, how to have good sex. Or I've also added the option you can send in audio questions. Use the Audio Boo app. Follow Fangin' Around. It's like Twitter, but with audio questions. You can send us a 3-minute question. Well, keep it short if you want us to play it on air, and we'll answer it live on air. You can find us on Twitter as Fangin' Around. On Facebook, like us on Facebook. And we're going to post some sexy pics up there soon. That's coming. Yeah.
The sexy pics.
Like, follow, tweet us, audio boo us. It's going to be a good time.
Good night, dear listener. So I'm just looking at pictures of a
We didn't
man-
talk about the cat.
Yeah, a man who's turned his dead cat into a helicopter.
Oh, is the cat dead? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was alive. That's not.
Oh,
I went down a notch.
we're down a notch. It's dead cat. This is 2012.
Yeah.
Children of the future. We're making cats into helicopters. What are you doing?
Yeah.